Are you tired of feeling exhausted all the time? I get it. You and I both know that being a mom is one of the hardest jobs in the world. You're underpaid, overworked, most of the times unappreciated, and let's not forget, the benefits are not that great. You don't get any sick days or paid time off. Seriously, though, which brings us to the age old question of how do we find real self care for moms when we're constantly feeling mom burnout? And how do we prioritize our mental health and well being while juggling everything? Welcome back to episode 23 of Not Just Moms, the podcast where we discuss who we are beyond mom and carve out some time to reflect on ourselves, our purpose, and cultivating our dream lives. I'm your host, Stephanie, your life and mindset coach and fellow mom navigating this journey right alongside you. So today we're tackling a topic that gets thrown around a lot, but often, let's be honest, misses the mark for us, real life, juggling all the things women and moms. So we're talking about practical, effective self-care strategies that address mom burnout and offer genuine stress relief for women. Now, before you roll your eyes and picture me telling you to go get a massage or buy a fancy face mask, not that there's anything wrong with those things. I love a good face mask and a massage. But we're going to dive into what real self care looks like, not the once or twice a year kind of event, but the kind that doesn't cost a dime and it actually helps you feel more grounded and less overwhelmed. And even better, it's backed by science. Let's just rip off the band-aid, shall we? How many of you have seen those perfectly curated Instagram posts of self-care? You know, the perfectly drawn bubble bath with candles, the expensive meal in a fancy restaurant, the solo yoga retreat in Bali. I mean, to be honest, I'm jealous, They look lovely. But for most of us, that's just not our reality right now. And if you're tired of the Instagram self care that feels unattainable, like expensive spa days or solo retreats or shopping, you're in the right place. We're cutting through the noise about fluffy self care ideas to give you budget friendly self care that actually works. Self care always feels like another thing we should be doing, another expectation we're failing to meet. It often adds to the mental load, right? Like, oh, great, now I have to plan my self care and I feel guilty if I can't afford it or make the time. And let's be real, true self care shouldn't be about consumerism or adding more to your plate. It's about finding ways to replenish your energy, protect your mental space, and make choices that serve your long term well being, not just a fleeting moment of pampering. It's about being proactive, not just reactive. Those quick fixes often feel good in the moment, but they don't address the root cause of our stress or exhaustion. They're like putting a band-aid on a gaping wound that's bleeding out. We need something more sustainable, something we can actually weave into our lives, even when the toddler is hanging off your leg or you're staring down a mountain of laundry or you're regretting taking on that extra project at work. All right, enough complaining of what self-care isn't. Let's talk about what it is and how we can actually do it for free starting today. These aren't just feel-good ideas. These are scientifically proven self-care tips that offer stress relief, improve mental health, and help combat that burnout, all for free. So tip number 1, the power of movement beyond the gym. I mean, you knew this had to be on the list, right? But I'm not talking about hitting the gym for an hour. Unless you love that, more power to you. I'm talking about simply moving your body. Even a 10 to 15 minute walk can reduce stress hormones, boost endorphins, and improve your mood, a perfect daily self-care routine component. Studies show that spending time in nature, even just the park, has profound effects on well being. Some practical ways to work this into your day: if you work from home, take a walking meeting. Or play actively with your kids outside for 15 minutes. Chase them, kick a ball. Lately, since it's summer, my kids and I have been into tennis, and they'll blast the ball all over the place, which forces me to run all over the place. Another easy one is do a quick dance party in the living room. Put on your favorite songs and just blast it and move. One afternoon, my daughter was pretending to be like an opera singer, and we all started joining in and made our own little contest of who is the best opera singer. And it then led into an impromptu dance party. It was so fun to just shout at the top of your lungs, sing. It just released so much stress and tightness. It's just a great reminder that even adults need to be silly. And another way to incorporate this is just take a mindful walk. So when I used to live closer to the beach, almost once a week, I would drive over and take a walk along the water. And there's something about walking and just watching nature, realizing there's so much more out there in the world. It's a great way to reframe whatever is going on in your head. Sometimes feeling a little small is the perfect reminder that we need. Tip number 2, mindful breathing and grounding techniques. This one is so underrated and accessible anywhere, anytime. You always have your breath with you. So this is an instant stress management technique. Deep breathing exercises activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and digest mode. It literally tells your body to calm down, lowering heart rate and blood pressure. So grounding techniques help bring you back to the present moment, pulling you out of your anxious thoughts. Deep breathing exercises are a cornerstone of mindfulness. So try to do one of these this week. So first we have box breathing. You inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. And repeat it 3 to 5 times. Do it while you're waiting for coffee to brew, stuck in traffic, or before you tackle that mountain of laundry. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. When feeling overwhelmed, name 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 that you can feel, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It's an instant recalibration. And if you can't remember how to do any of these, just forget it and just take a quick pause and just stop for a minute to simply notice your breath. Where do you feel it? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Just observe with no judgment. Tip number 3, the power of connection. We are humans. We're social creatures. Isolation, especially for moms, can be so draining. Strong social connections are actually linked to lower rates of anxiety, depression, higher self-esteem, and even longer lifespans. Oxytocin, the love hormone, is released during positive social interactions that reduces stress. Strong social connections are crucial for combating isolation and enhancing our overall wellness. So some easy ideas for you to do today: call a friend or family member, just chat for 5 minutes, just no agenda, no complaints, just a quick chat. Or meet a neighbor for coffee, even if it is in your driveway. I find that these quick, fast chats are so efficient, but also engaging, and it makes you feel good to have connected with someone. And an easier one is engage with your kids in actual play, right? Like get on the floor, be silly, cuddle, read that book, crawl around with them, roll around with them, whatever it is. That positive physical contact is self-care for you too. And lastly, even a genuine smile and brief chat with the cashier at the grocery store. Small connections matter. I remember one time at Trader Joe's, I was picking up flowers for my daughter's party. And after a quick chat with the cashier, she actually surprised me by adding an extra bouquet, wishing us a wonderful birthday. And it was the sweetest, most unexpected act of kindness, a simple 5-minute connection that made me feel like I'd won the lottery. And it's a powerful reminder that kindness is free, easy to share, and can truly make an impact. Tip number 4, go off the grid. I'm just kidding. But really, try it. So this one is tough. I know our phones are glued to our hands, but being constantly on takes a toll. And this is a key part of setting healthy boundaries and improving our digital well-being. Excessive screen time, especially social media, is linked to increased stress, anxiety, and compare and despair. So taking breaks allows your brain to reset and reduces that mental fatigue. So reducing screen time is a simple and free way to boost your mental clarity and reduce those feelings of anxiety and overwhelm. So some easy ways to do this in your day, maybe designate no phone zones or no phone times. So maybe the first hour in the morning or during dinner, and then leave your phone in another room when you're playing with your kids. Try to find a thing to replace your phone with. So instead of scrolling, pick up a physical book or a library ebook for free and read instead of scrolling. And then try to practice the single task hour or 10-minute reset. So choose 1 hour to do one task only, phone away. Or every 2 hours, stop and look at nature or close your eyes for 10 minutes. Tip number 5, journaling and gratitude. You don't need a fancy leather-bound journal or perfect handwriting, just a pen and any piece of paper. You'll find random pieces of paper around my home with notes and thoughts on it. Journaling can help you process your emotions, reduce anxiety and stress, and help you gain perspective. Gratitude can increase feelings of happiness and well-being. So journaling is a powerful tool for emotional processing and stress reduction. So these are the easiest ways to incorporate journaling into your life. Before bed, you do a brain dump for 5 minutes. You just get all those thoughts out onto paper. Or you can write down 3 things that you're grateful for each day, no matter how small. Even my coffee was hot counts. And if you just don't know, you want to freestyle it, maybe just one quick prompt a day. What felt good today? Or what's one thing that I can let go of today? So now that we got all the tips out of the way, how do we actually do this when life is crazy? It's not about adding more to your to-do list. It's about shifting your mindset and finding tiny pockets of peace. It's about integrating these practical acts of care into your day, finding the tiny pockets of peace to help manage all that stress or anxiety that you might feel. So start small and be consistent. Don't try to implement all 5, all 10, all 15 things. Just pick one. Maybe it's the 5 minutes of mindful breathing or a 10-minute walk around the block every day. Consistency beats intensity every single time. And remind yourself that micro moments matter. It's not just about these big blocks of time or the full day you have to yourself. It's actually those tiny moments throughout the day where you choose to be present, to breathe, to connect, and find the joy in what you're doing. And I want you to give yourself permission. You are not being selfish by taking care of yourself. You're actually showing up better for everyone else when your cup is full. This is not a luxury. It's a necessity. We talk about this all the time on this podcast, that you can't pour from an empty cup. But in all seriousness, I think we as women struggle. Even though we won't admit it, we are all waiting for permission. We're waiting for someone to say, you should go. You should do that thing. You deserve it. Take that day off. But the thing is, what if no one ever says it? Like, I know that as much as my husband loves me, he doesn't love me like I love me. Of course, he'll say these things when prompted or asked, but it doesn't come naturally. He's human. He doesn't want the person who makes his life easy to go away on a trip and then willingly make his life hard. He's a smart guy. But it's all about you laying the foundation and building the life that you want and deserve. You have to take responsibility and want that for yourself. You can't wait around waiting for someone to hand it to you. And finally, release the guilt. You are more than just a mom. You are an amazing, ambitious woman, a person with your own needs and desires. Release that mom guilt because it serves nobody. So take care of yourself in the way that you want to and know how to. Ultimately, your way is the best way, right? So what truly fuels you? What fills your cup? Pay attention to what makes you feel lighter, calmer, energized. So my challenge to you this week is to pick one of these free science-backed tips and try to incorporate it into your day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. It's shameful to say that you do not have 5 minutes to do this for yourself. So let me know which one you're going to try. And if you want an accountability partner, reach out to me. I think sometimes we also forget, like, our kids are watching, my girls are watching. So if I continue to neglect myself or not take that workout class, even though I've been talking about I should get back to it, they see it all. So whether you have a son or a daughter, they're gonna mirror it in their own lives. So really, if not even for yourself, do it for your child and who you want them to be in the future. Because sometimes I feel like that might move the needle a little bit more for us moms than our own well-being, which is really sad, but it's the honest truth, right? It's easy for us to blow ourselves off, but much harder for us to blow our kids off. And so I just really want you to take time this week to really ask yourself, what is it that you need every day to feel a little bit lighter and a little bit better? And how can you take care of you? As always, if something in this resonated with you, please share with a girlfriend, because let's all uplift each other, right? We're all here to help each other thrive, not just survive, but we all want to thrive together. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps other ambitious women find this podcast and help us build our community of ambitious women. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.